I got all of the rings gapped, the brand new ones. Everything is within factory spec. Now I've got my piston ring compressor on, and we're gonna start putting the pistons in. As you can notice, there's not any bearings on the bottom. We're gonna put those in after these go in. If you don't remember what direction these go in, it's very easy. That dot right there goes towards the front of the motor where the crank pulley is. So with all of these, you're gonna see that dot, see that? That goes towards the front of the motor. Once we get these all in there, then we'll put the new rod bearings in place as well. If you've never used a ring compressor, all you do is put this sleeve around the piston and tighten it down, not too hard because you still want the piston to be able to move, so you can push it down into the cylinder bore. This is cylinder number 1. We are going to place it down in here, and you want to kind of sort of get it lined up right there. Then you want to get a hammer with a wooden handle and put the wooden handle right here and just kind of tap it in. The other thing you want to do before you put the pistons in is put a nice layer of grease of some sort on each of the cylinder bores. That way they're lubricated and you don't risk scratching anything. I just use the same Lucas assembly lube, and I put a really thin layer on there. That stuff's super thick and sticky. You don't want to have it all clumped up in there. Just a nice thin layer is all you need. All right, so we're gonna get this lined up. You want a little bit of the piston skirt sticking out so that you can line it up in the bore. And again, make sure that dot is pointing towards the front of the motor where the crank pulley would go. Get the two edges of the piston skirt into the bore. Let's see, might have to stick it out just a little bit more. There we go. Now it's in there. Now I'm gonna use my brass hammer, but I'm gonna use the wooden end of it. And make sure it's centered. You're not in a rush. And as you go down, you can still rotate this guy, so make sure it's pointing the right direction. You want that dot pointing towards the front so that the connecting rod goes down right where it should. And again, take your time. The pistons are aluminum. They're not steel. You don't want to mess them up. And as soon as that piston gets to the surface of the block, this thing will come loose and you'll be all set there. Here's the next one. We'll get it lined up. The two edges of the piston skirt, get those in. Center that guy up. Gently tap it in. Now we're on number 3, and the crankshaft on number 3 is pointing all the way to the top. I'm gonna rotate the crankshaft, get it lowered, and then we'll deal with that one. Now we're gonna get number 3 in here. Same thing, line it up. Let's do number 4. Now let's get number 5. Before I put in number 6, let me show you how these ring compressors work. So there's a little tab right here, that's the release. You see these gears right here? right there. This tab, the tongue of it, sits on that gear and it holds it in place. So I'm gonna hold it here so it doesn't sprawl out of control. When you push that, it releases. You see, it's like spring loaded and the whole thing expands. Let me go grab a piston real quick. Now, with it expanded, it's just kind of like flimsy and oval shape. So grab it, kind of squish it to make it round. If it fits, if it doesn't fit, expand it some more. All right, we should have plenty of width there. Now put the piston in there, and you want to leave the skirt sticking out just a bit so you can use the piston skirt to center it. Then use the Allen key that comes with it and tighten it. You see how much gap there is right there? That's too much. It's snug. It's a little bit loose. I can still see the rings. I'm gonna give it a couple more clicks. Maybe one more click. That's it. Now, the rings are compressed. You've got the skirts that are sticking out. You can use the skirts to line it up with the cylinder, get it in there, and then use the wooden end of your hammer to tap it in. Get it lined up. There it is, pretty easy. If you ever doubted yourself whether you could rebuild a motor in your garage or not, watch this video series. I bet you'll be a lot more comfortable with it. None of this stuff is rocket science. You just gotta take your time, make sure you're reading the factory service manual for the torque specs, the clearance specs, things like that, and just do it right. It's all easy.